Welcome to Yapita Pan Pan. I'm Kike, your Bolivian cook. Everyone knows the first thing you have when you sit down for a big meal. You have bread. Today, I will be making a versatile bread and my kids' favorite, as they dubbed it, cheesy bread. This is a bread that accompanies your daily meals, perfect to have along with a nice soup, a sandwich, or a cup of coffee. In Bolivia, we call this bread pan Sarnita, an everyday staple known for its cheesy crisp that scars the top of the bread. We are doing this cheesy bread three ways today. One with mozzarella cheese, the other one with mozzarella and cheddar, and the last one with mozzarella and feta cheese, my favorite. Really, you can put any cheese of your choice, but these are some good texture and flavor combos, and of course, you can make your cheesy bread your way. Now, let's get on with the recipe.
For this recipe, we will need 450 grams of all-purpose unbleached flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1.5 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast, 1 cup and 1/4 of water, comes around 300 milliliters of water, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Baking time should be around 20 to 25 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. Baking times will vary depending on the type of oven you have. We will start by mixing all our dry ingredients. Let's get a mixing bowl and add the flour, sugar, and salt. We'll add a little bit of sugar on the yeast to activate it with a bit of water and make it bubbly. We'll set the yeast aside for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, or until it bubbles. Now we will mix the dried ingredients. I usually put it in a different bowl and then make a little volcano so we can add our water and olive oil. Here I'm mixing 2 tablespoons of olive oil into the water. I mix it a bit and then I slowly pour it into the volcano and start mixing slowly. I like to do this by hand usually. But if you prefer, you can use a bread machine, but I like to keep it simple. Now we keep adding the water. Now we add the yeast. It's bubbly now. It's active and just keep mixing. Just incorporate the water slowly. Now I will work with this dough for around 10 minutes. Just mix it up by hand. Like I said, you can use a machine to make it faster, but I feel working with your hands is better. You're in touch with the dough and your bread. Now we will cover this for 10 minutes. This is so the dough can autolyze and have a more strong dough. After 15-20 minutes, we will work our dough. We will knead this dough for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's up to you. I like to do around 10 to 15 minutes. Just keep slapping it and work it. Work the dough. This part here is important. We need the dough to autolyze. The dough becomes extensive during autolyze because of the weakened gluten. This contributes to good oven spring. After letting the dough rest for 30 minutes, we start to knead the dough for about 10 minutes or until our dough has a nice firm bounce. and it's a bit elastic. You will feel it. We will cover our dough for an hour until it doubles in size. After the first hour, we'll put it back on our work surface, and we will divide our dough into 9 pieces. I say between 80 to 85 grams each. This will yield around 9 buns, but again, you can make them bigger. Depends on what you want to make. If you want to make a hamburger or a sandwich or a big bread, it's up to you, but I feel 80 to 85 grams is an ideal size. I like to use my digital scale. That way I keep my breads uniform in size. They look the same in size and weight, and we'll have a better presentation. Don't over flour your work surface. Just a bit of flour. Don't want to use too much flour either. Just enough. You'll feel the dough. Now we will place these on a tray for the second round of elevation, or our second round of proofing. We'll proof our bread for the second time around for another hours. I say 45 minutes to an hour. We will cover this and we will come back. Here we will put 3 types of cheeses, as I said earlier: a Monterey and Feta, and a Monterey and cheddar cheese. Again, you can make or add any cheese you want to your bread. It's up to you. Here I'm gonna use two egg yolks. Mix them up just to cover them and paint them and give them a nice color. Give them a nice shine and color, and then we will add the cheese on top. This is optional too. It's just a matter of how you want your bread to look, but I feel adding a little bit of egg yolk is good. Gives a nice color and texture to the bread. Yeah, this pan Sarnita is a staple, as I said. Takes me back when I was little and I used to go eat a lot of bread, and my kids carry it on. They love it. Every time they say, "Please, Dad, make that cheesy bread." I'm like, "All right, we'll do it." So we will bake this bread for 20 to 25 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit, 176 Celsius, until it browns. Like I said, again, depends on your oven. But I hope you like this video, and subscribe and like.